In this video, we will demonstrate how to equip your Breitling Floating Seal Retro, or FSR, with our leak detection ready modifications. Let's get started. First, we want to remove any and all paint from the cap using a wire wheel, getting as close to the dust cap as possible. Make sure you are wearing safety glasses or a face shield before using the wire wheel. Once the paint has been buffed off, use an air nozzle to blow any remaining dust and debris. We want to keep our work area as clean as possible to avoid contamination. Our next step is to remove the top cap using the tool we've provided. Next, remove the snap ring found on top with large snap ring pliers. Removing the dust seal is our next step. By carefully sliding a safety pin between the shaft and the seal, you are allowing air to enter the stuffing box chamber and release the suction on the dust seal. Just be careful not to scratch the seal surface when sliding the pin in. Using an O-ring pick or a flathead screwdriver, you can now work the dust seal carrier out of the stuffing box housing. Installing a speedy sleeve onto our shaft is going to be our next step, but in order to do that, we have to ensure our shaft is completely rid of paint and debris. But now that our dust seal has been removed, our bearings are at risk of being contaminated. By using a simple tracing technique, we can cut out a makeshift dust cap using cardboard. Use your finger and rub the top of the shaft and the dust seal pilot with oil or grease to create a template of your makeshift cardboard dust seal. Simply cut out the template dust seal you have made using a box cutter or scissors. Ensure your makeshift dust cap is clean and install it into the top of the stuffing box. You should then lightly grease the dust cap. This will help collect dust and debris from getting into your stuffing box housing. Now we can tackle the rest of the paint left on our shaft using emery cloth without the worry of contaminating our bearings. Completely removing paint from the cap and the top of the shaft is crucial for proper speedy sleeve installation later on. While our box is sealed from contaminants, let's move on to changing the dust seal. Clamp the dust seal carrier in a vise and knock out the seal with a flathead screwdriver or a punch. Notice the seal is facing up. Once the seal has been removed, ensure the dust seal carrier is clean. Remove your new seal from the box and apply a generous amount of grease to the inside and outside edges of the seal. For our new seal to work properly, it must be facing down into the stuffing box housing. Using the seal installation ring we have provided, gently tap the seal down into the carrier until it is seated flush. Now that we have our seal carrier all ready to go, let's hop back over to our stuffing box. Let's remove our makeshift cardboard dust seal and install our cap. Now it's time to install the speedy sleeve. Take the speedy sleeve out of the box and push it down over the cap using your hands. Once it is down as far as it will go, remove the safety cap. Be extra careful around the speedy sleeve now as it is incredibly sharp. Using the tool we have provided, very carefully slide the tool over the cap and sleeve and tap it down into place. This video has been sped up for convenience, but please take your time when installing the speedy sleeve as they are extremely fragile. It is now time to install our dust cap seal carrier. Slide the carrier over the cap and the beginning of the speedy sleeve. The seal carrier will go no further due to an airlock in the stuffing box housing. To get around this problem, very carefully slide a safety pin in between the speedy sleeve surface and the seal. Be careful not to puncture the seal with the pin and be equally as careful not to scratch the speedy sleeve surface. Once the pin is in place, use the dust cap installation ring to tap down the dust seal carrier past the snap ring groove. I'd like to take this time to mention that the tools and processes used in this video are not used in our manufacturing process and are only for the ease of installation by non-professionals in the field and to reduce contaminants. Now that our dust seal is properly seated, we can go ahead and install our snap ring. Our stuffing box is now compatible with the leak detection ready or LDR check valve. The LDR check valve is labeled with a P for pressure and an A for atmosphere. If not labeled, the P end has a piston you can see down in the valve. A plug and a crossover fitting are installed into the atmosphere end of the LDR valve. Apply thread tape or V2 dope to the threads and tighten them onto the LDR valve. Remove the top plug in the stuffing box housing using a 3/16 Allen head wrench. Install the 90-degree elbow directly into the stuffing box, again applying thread tape or V2 dope to the threads beforehand. Position the elbow so it faces sideways to allow for LDR fitting installation. Ensure the elbow is properly sealed with thread tape or V2 dope before threading on the LDR check valve. And that's it. Your stuffing box is now leak detection ready. Finish up by touching up the paint where it was buffed earlier, then install the stuffing box onto your wellhead. If you have any questions or need further assistance, contact a Breitling representative at breitlingequipment.com.